G'day everyone. We are here at the Sunday Race Club. In my last video, I suggested that I was going to compete with some of the new changes, making it a bit more accessible. So here we are on the start line. Now, just a quick note, this was about 20 hours after I'd woken up on the day. I had a race at 3 a.m. that morning and it was absolutely cooking. So, my plan was purely to go for these sprint segments. So I was going to throw my hat in the ring and just see what occurred going into some of these sprints. Now, didn't know who was going to go for the sprints, but there were three on offer, which each for the winner have a bit of money, and then the combined points from the top five from all of the three had some money. So here we go. You can see the green banner up in the background. So I'm trying to build some entry speed, hoping that no one else would kick until the start line. But a few of these guys are clued on. They've done some ZRL racing in the past with some points races. I had good timing, but a few of the guys, Jasper Paradines was incredible. Look at that. He absolutely demolishes us. And then a couple of the guys behind, even though I was second across the line, just pipped me there. So I think I was fifth fastest through that one, but really close. But apart from Paradines, who was a mile ahead in those sprints. So the next one came at the 11-kilometer mark. So my goal was to just hang in the lead pack until that point, if I could, knowing how hard the Cat 1 racing is on SRC. So I'll take you to that one now. So we're starting to approach the second sprint segment. Again, it's a free hit to try and see if I can be the fastest. Now, I do pretty much time this one absolutely to perfection, but just not at the level. So you can see on the mini map on the left, the green banner starting to approach. So for entry speed, you obviously want to hit it a bit beforehand. Um, can see some white draft numbers there when I'm sitting on someone's wheel, which is always good, isn't it? Here we go. So we can see the banner. We're going to kick, and we are right on Paradine's wheel. We're perfectly in the draft, but look at him take off at 19 and a half watts a kilo. He just storms off and completely destroys me. Ruben is just behind me. I think he takes second fastest, and I'm third fastest on that one. So not the result I wanted, but we threw the hat in the ring, and from here I can sit up and ride some zone two to the finish line. In terms of the overall sprint points, I can't catch Paradines now, unfortunately. Um, and then from seeing Kate's race, I know the third sprint's a bit of a hard one, and I'm probably not going to do it. So, lucky enough, I managed to spend a bit of time in this race fan viewing Gatesy to try and pass the time. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a slog over the next 30K or so, 40K to the finish line. Now, I've got a quick supporters discount here just for you guys. So, Mackay Cycles are doing a Tarmac 15% off sale with the code ESPORT. So, they can ship anywhere in Australia for 150 bucks. The offer ends on the 31st of Jan. So, 15% off on the Specialized Tarmac range. So, this is a special one just for my supporters. So, please support them, support me. It's cool that some of the stuff that I'm doing is certainly being supported by these guys. And if anyone's after a shiny new bike, then feel free to get amongst it. So I tune in and watch some of Gatesy here as he comes over the top of the aquarium climb. So the KOM points, everyone's sprinting for the money there or to try and get away. So Gatesy's probably about sixth in his category over there. I enjoyed that. I probably pushed harder watching Gatesy up the hill than what I would have watching my avatar. And then I think Gatesy does a pretty good job at the at the next climb as well. As Gatesy's category come up the top to the Liwa Desert climb, he started a bit behind the pack to try and get a bit of a head start. and he comes across the line there with a really quick time, and he puts himself into the lead in the Leeward Desert Climb, as you can see on the leaderboard. A guy from dropped in the group or somewhere came from absolutely nowhere though, and took that FTS off him in his category, unfortunately. So that's it kind of keeps it interesting. So I said to the guys, or I said to Ruben that I'd give him a bit of a lead out to see if he could still mathematically win the jersey, or he has a good sprint, so could take down the fastest time. So I said I'd do a lead out for him on this descent. So I'm gonna kick until the banner with Ruben and Martin in my wheel. We'd been riding together for quite a while at this point. So I'm providing the lead out at this stage. The start line's up there. So I've got us there at about 60k an hour, and then the boys take off. It's funny, really. I averaged 2 watts a kilo for this segment itself, and I came in eighth place just because of that entry speed that we took in. But the boys couldn't quite match Jasper. I think Ruben was second fastest with like an 11.6. Paradine's numbers were insane. So he took down all the sprints for the day and the jersey, and basically completely outclassed me. So I know where I stand. I know I'm not a good sprinter anyway, but yeah, for me, it's cool that like it kept me interested for a while and riding, and it wasn't the worst ride of my life, given that it was 10:30 p.m. by the time I finished. But overall, the new changes, while they're pretty cool, they're probably not really for me at this stage. Yeah, so not sure if I'll be back. I'm just in a tough place with it at the moment. Um, Not in the shape to kind of be capable of a top 10. So that there's nothing for me just yet. But Kate took the green jersey and a sprint down. As you can see there's the leaderboard from the first sprint. She took it by almost half a second. Pure craft on her behalf. Her sprint was really good too in terms of numbers, but most of the numbers that she did weren't actually between those two green banners. But yeah, a nice little ride for Kate, given she had lots of issues. Her bike seat post was falling down. She had this little bug with her game where it would constantly flash 0 watts the whole ride. So given the issue she had there, and then her bike would randomly steer out of the draft regularly, especially when things got difficult. So she'd have to catch up, put in big efforts there. So she took down the green jersey, which is a nice little reward for her efforts there. Given that she didn't have the best night in terms of the technical side of things. So it's good that there's something there for her, even on a night where it didn't go to plan. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully the new system inspires a few more riders. It was awesome to see Gatesy get up for a second place. So it's good to see him back in the mix, competing for the first time in so long. So that was cool to see. Cheers for watching. See you in the next one.